Hey YouTubers, this is Jacques from JGP, and today I will be talking about my experience with the best and worst lenses from Canon. Hey YouTubers, before I start the video, I want you guys to check out my playlist on my photo shoots. Check out some of my vlogs as well. They're out there. There's a lot of fun. I'm not only about gear. So now let's get into the video. Well, I just wanted to talk about my experience with a couple of lenses I've had with Canon. I have been with Canon since it's been about 5 years now, and I've had quite a few lenses. I have a video which I will link below on the 7200 and how much I adored that lens. I recently just sold it, but I still adore the lens. I really do love it. But I also want to explain to people some of the underestimated lenses, the ones that are out there that are really good for the price and where you can get a steal on certain lenses. So that's what this video is all about. So maybe we should start with the good. Now, first on the list of lenses that I do adore, and I still own this lens right now, is the Canon EF-S 1018f 4.5 to 5.6 STM IS. And this thing is priced at $279.99 in the US. That's on Amazon as of checking of this video. That's basically the standard price. This lens is nay shy of fantastic for the price. Now, it also goes into the line of another lens that I will be talking about in 2 seconds called the Nifty 50, in the sense that the actual build construction of this lens is pretty darn shoddy. It almost feels like a toy. It feels like a toy, but it really is a good lens. The optics on the lens are great. You can check some reviews on this lens. It really is good. And priced at $279.99, you can't miss. Who is this lens for? Well, it's for a lot of people who do vlogging and they like to film themselves. You got a beautiful focal length on that, 10 to 18. You stick that on an APS-C camera and you get a beautiful focal length to do all your wide shot vlogging and blogging. So it's an excellent lens and it is surprisingly crystal clear and sharp all along the zoom range. I mean, it has its faults, which all zoom lenses have, that you'll always get when you're wide open and stuff like that, but it really is optically very good for the price. The next lens I want to talk about is along the same lines. I say along the same lines because a lot of people call it the Nifty 50. It's the 50mm f1.82 and it's priced at about 125 bucks American on Amazon. Now, this lens, when you get it and you hold it in your hands, I think about 50% of the people who take it for the first time just put it back in the box. They might even return it and send it back. Build construction on this thing is plasticky again, nay shy of being toy-ish, but it's an f1.8. It's an EF lens, meaning it can go on EF-S and your EF full frame cameras. So that is really cool, and it is really sharp, gives you great bokeh. And for that sort of price, you really have to say to yourself, is it worth me going out and going to get the f1.4, which is the next step up on the 50mm within Canon? Now, again, if you want to have a camera, you want to hold a camera in your hand and feel that it's really solid, this might not be the lens for you, but it is definitely a great way for you to start off in the Canon line. On both of these lenses I just mentioned, there's one thing. I do mention that the construction is a bit toyish and a bit plasticky, but that can also be to your advantage due to the fact that they are extremely light. Last but not least on the list of lenses I think are completely underestimated, this one to me is just a love affair. It's the Canon EF-85 f1.8 USM, priced at $349.99, people. It is the ultimate beginner's portrait lens. Now, let's just start off on price. It is right in there. I mean, it's an inexpensive lens with a ultra wide opening to get your portrait shots. It's not a 1.2, it's not a 1.1 or 0.95, but it is darn good. And you can get extremely usable bokeh. You get fantastic sharpness on this lens. What is very funny about this lens is that it has the gold ring around it. It should have a red ring. It really should have a red ring. And I don't understand why it's not considered an L series lens. Let's talk about the bad guys. There's two lenses here that I want to talk about. Now, both of them are zooms. Here is the first one. And I want to talk about this one because we just talked about a good lens that should have a red ring. Now I'm about to talk about a lens that has a red ring that should not have one. And that's the 24-105 f4 USM LIS. This thing is a piece of crap. The only thing you can say that's great about this lens, there's one thing, is that it is probably the perfect tourist lens. The focal range is beautiful if you want to take great pictures and you are on a cruise ship and you just want to carry one camera. 24-105, you'll be able to frame in whatever you want to frame in. So for that reason, it's a good lens, but for that reason, it is a bad lens. That focal range is a tough focal range to get some sharpness in, and it shows with this lens. Now it's image stabilized, which is good. I was also very unlucky. I had a lens that had lens creep. Oh my God. So every time you'd point the camera down, the actual zoom would slowly slip down. So if you put yourself onto a zoom and then you pulled the camera back up and the lens creeped down, you went to do your shot, you go, why is this thing zoomed in all of a sudden? So that was a bit of a drag on mine. Maybe I wasn't lucky. If you guys out there have a 24-105 that you love and every time you look at the shots, you're amazed, tell me. But I thought that thing was just not good and definite. It does not deserve the red ring. It doesn't deserve to be an L lens. Now, last but not least, this is a lens that is often sold as a kit lens. It is the Canon EF 18-135 f3.5 to 5.6 STM IS. There's nothing good about this lens. It's dark. When you open it up, nothing's nice. When you actually go to 3.5 or 5.6, the optics, there's nothing great about it. Now, I'm not going to get too much into the detail, but I just don't have any shots that I used with this camera that I actually like. None at all. It is sold a lot in kits, and I have a feeling they sell that in the kit because it does actually encourage people to buy the body, especially for beginners. They're all tempted because that zoom range is so big. From 18-135, you can play and you can zoom and be a tourist and get shots wherever you want, but it is not a lens to get. I really don't think so. And avoid any kit that offers that lens. So there you go, guys. I just wanted to mention the best of the worst of what I have seen so far. Remember, it's what I have seen. Now, here's the question out to you. Do you see some underestimated Canon lenses out there, or even third party, that you think should be talked about? And do you see some of the lenses that are overestimated, considered amazing, but really aren't that great? Leave your comments down below. I always appreciate discourse, and it's always a lot of fun. Thanks for watching, everybody. Follow me on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram for my high-quality stuff. Check out Behance. If you like this video, don't forget to click the thumbs up at the bottom. If you want to keep in cahoots with what I do, subscribe. And don't forget, everybody, keep on making something from nothing.